Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. My name is Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how I lost everything last year in 2025. My online business, my social media platforms. I am building everything from the ground up. This is my brand new YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe. And I really hope that all of my old subscribers and followers are able to find me and because I love connecting with all of you, I love helping others and providing astrological and intuitive guidance. I offer pre recorded readings and courses and programs. And so I really can't wait to get back out there and do what I love, which is helping the collective move through difficult times. But 2025 was a difficult time for me. So, where I am so used to providing guidance and insight to everywhere and everyone else, I had to take a minute and really focus on myself and my life and what was going on. Now, I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. And even though I'm an astrologer and I know what the transits are, I know what's hitting my birth chart, when and where and how, I can't prevent things from happening. And we never know exactly how things are going to show up for us. We know the areas of life that are going to be hit, but we don't know exactly how they're going to be hit and what's going to exactly be shaken up. So, January of 2025, we had the lunar nodes enter Virgo and Pisces. Now, if you're interested, go and check out my old YouTube channel, which is Adina Sterling, Intuitive Astrologer. I have over 300 videos on there. Go there, check out all of that content. Check out the lunar nodes video where I get into the lunar nodes in Virgo and Pisces, which the nodes shifted in January 2025. And this, I am Virgo rising. So the south node entering my first house, the north node entering my seventh house, I knew was going to be bring massive changes to me, who I am, what I offer, and how I connect to other people, my one-on-one partnerships, relationships, what I need in relationships, what others need from me in relationships. That whole axis of me and myself and who I am and what I give to the world and to others, and the seventh house of relationships, partnerships, one on one connections was going to be hit. There was going to be massive changes, massive karmic changes. You cannot avoid karmic lunar node eclipse energy. You just can't. And so I knew that there was going to be changes. I could even feel it. Like I knew this was coming. So just to give you guys a bit of kind of a background on what exactly happened to me. I was in a 10-year relationship on and off. My youngest son is with this person. I will not name them, but I want to give you guys some details as to what happened. I always love to be open, honest, and transparent. So we actually separated for 2.5 years. We broke up summer of 2021. And for some reason, Saturn entered Pisces in my seventh house and I got back with him. We were separated for 2.5 years. Now, there was so much unknowns within that relationship. And I never thought we were going to get back together. Like, I really thought that we were done. I started my astrology business. I was doing well. I was just starting to grow and do really good, like finally getting off the ground because it had taken me 2.5 years to learn everything. I took an astrology course. I had to figure out how to accept, payment processing online. Like, I taught myself everything. And so finally, by the time we get to fall of 2023, I'm at a place where I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a few months now, and I'm just booming, posting consistently, doing lives on TikTok, Instagram, and really am getting in the groove. And then Saturn moves into my seventh house. And there were some other changes, like in his astrology chart, in his birth chart. He just had the lunar nodes enter his first and seventh house. So he had the north node enter Aries. The South Node was in Libra, and he's Aries rising. So it was like opposite, but for that entire time period, when the nodes entered those houses, I said to him, you're going to have a relationship come back from the past, not realizing it was going to be me. But I said, somebody's going to come back into your life from the past. Sure enough, a couple months later, it was me. And it was like, when we're dealing with like eclipse energy and the nodes, sometimes it feels like things are happening out of your control. Like it's so hard to explain because it was like something switched in my mind and it's like, okay, well, maybe things didn't happen the way I thought. Maybe it wasn't like that. Maybe it was me. I know I was, going through this and going through that. So maybe I do need to give it one last shot. And so I did, but I knew with the energy, with the astrological energy we were both going through, that would be the last time. I knew us getting back together was going to either make us or break us. I knew everything that was hidden was going to come to light. I knew that if I was wrong about previous things in our relationship, I would find out. I knew if I was right, I would find out. I knew that me getting back with him was going to solidify things, whether I was wrong in the past and we can now move forward in this new, energy and this new life and put everything else behind us, or was I going to be more clearer on things I already thought was going on? And that is exactly what happened. So we got back fall, November 2023. He moved back in with me by March of 2024. By March of 2025, he moved out. That's how quick things happened because March of every time there was an eclipse in his first and seventh house, so either in Aries or Libra, which fall of 2023, we had Saturn enter Pisces and we had our first eclipse in Libra in his seventh house. That's when we got together. That's when we started talking. That's when essentially I came back into his life. March of 2024 was next eclipse season. That's when he moved in. Then the following eclipse season after that, like I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. The following eclipse season after that, things started showing up from the past. I started to become aware of certain things going on where I knew, okay, this wasn't in my head. I wasn't crazy. It wasn't me. You are clearly doing these things. This is real. And now, basically what's going to happen next, right? He quit his job, then was home. And so the eclipse season, fall of 2024 to the eclipse season, March of 2025, which was the final eclipses in that axis of Aries and Libra, through that 6-month period, so much took place, so much came to light, so much craziness. And I said to him, that eclipse March 2025 is either going to make us or break us. I said, that is either going to be the eclipse that I finally let go, move on, or I find and realize that maybe this is a me thing, or everything's coming to light. There was a lot of other astrological things going on too, like because he has Pisces in the 12th house. And so I also said to him, everything that is hidden is coming to light right now. Basically February and March of 2025, there was I can't remember all of it, but I'm actually creating a podcast. So I will get much deeper into all of this because I'm going to have a podcast where I talk about toxic relationships, spirituality, astrology, everything, all of it. And so I will keep you guys informed on that. But yeah, there was other like alignments going on too. And I had mentioned to him, everything that is hidden is coming to light. And literally within an entire month, so for 6 months, things started coming up. I started getting suspicious. But then from the end of February to the end of March, it was like, boom, in my face. No denying it. This is what it is. This is what he's doing. This is who he is. And you were not wrong. And so it was crazy. Now, talk about evil people, because this individual I was with on and off for 10 years, I have a child with this person. This person, now I don't believe it all just came from this person. I know that he has certain connections. Um, and he hacked my computer. He cloned my cell phone. He hacked into every device I had in my house. So I had to get rid of everything. He hacked into my YouTube channel, my Gmail account, all of my social media. He was in there. So had to get rid of it. I mean, I literally could not get into my old YouTube channel. He had changed all the security settings on my Gmail, and I just like couldn't even get into it. I tried to contact Gmail, and it was just no luck. So eventually I just had to let it go. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I am a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Now, I said to my family and friends, like, I got all the answers I didn't have from before. I know now exactly what was going on. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know who he is, I know what he does. But at what cost? Because the psychological effects of what he has done, like, I had to take some time away. And again, I'll get into those details in my podcast, and let me know in the comments below if you are interested in stuff like that, because what I went through is so isolating. It's so horrific. It's such an experience in and of itself that I feel horrible for women that have to go through things like that. It's the most lonely experience, and you're alone. And the things that are happening to you, people don't believe you. Like, I knew as soon as he left, he was going to make me out to be crazy. I knew he was, because he did it before. And when I started to see certain things going on, I knew that was going to be his first thing. Because how do you what's the word I'm looking for? How do you discredit one's word without really doing anything to them? Excuse me. You make them look crazy so that nobody believes anything they say. And so that's exactly what he did. And I called it as soon as he left. And I thought that because it was my first time kind of going through this, even though this time was a lot worse, that my family and friends would have been a lot more supportive. But the truth is that the stuff that these certain individuals do to you is so outlandish, so unbelievable, so hard to believe, that unless you've been through something like this, you can't wrap your mind around it. And so I try to have grace and understanding for those, and it's taken me a long time to get there, a long time to let go, and to um not be angry and uh and hurt, and like angry at those around me that should have known who I was, that like should have known me. People that have known me my whole life. Like, so it took a lot. I really did have to take some time to like heal. And I'm finally getting there. I gave myself the rest of 2025 to heal. I got myself a couple of dogs to feel safe in my home again. Um, and yeah, like I have 3 children too. So life keeps going, but I knew I was going to build my business up again, but I'd have to start from the ground up. I'd have to do it all over again. And I mean, I love rebranding. I love recreating myself. It's so, but I needed to make sure that it wouldn't be taken from me again. And at the end of the day, who knows if it will? But I'm not allowing him to take that from me. I am so much more stronger than that. He will never knock me down. I will always get back up 10 times stronger than I was before. And that is who I am. And that is what I want to help other women, other people, men, women, children, whatever. Like, if you're going through something horrific that is challenging, anything toxic, like, I want to have a space to help others through what I've been through. Because I know, even though the police basically told me I was crazy and didn't know, because yeah, that's a whole other can of worms that we'll get into, because they're basically useless and didn't help me with anything. I said to them, you know what? I know what I'm going through is for a reason, and I'm going to help other women that are going through the same thing that I am. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so that's, my year of 2025 kind of in a nutshell. I've been through a lot, lost all my, business content and platforms and all of that, but I'm back, and I am going to be, um, I already have my weekly cosmic weather report recorded, and I will be posting that after I post this video, because I wanted this to be my first video on my new channel. And then I will be posting that. And I also have a 2026 astrology forecast in the works. And I will be back to posting my new and full moon content, my horoscopes, and much, much more. And I will also keep you all updated on the brand new podcast. So I'm super excited about that because, yes, of course, I'll talk about astrology and spirituality and all that fun stuff. But I'm also going to dive deep into healing from toxic relationships, trauma, trauma bonding, all of that stuff. And just really talking about it from a place of that where I've been and how I got through it. And, just being someone for someone else that is going through something because, it's a very difficult thing. It's a very lonely, isolating, horrific experience. And I know I am not the only one because when I was doing research online, the amount of people, women that posted about their exes cloning their phones, hacking their stuff, it's scary. It's scary. You feel like you have a sense of your privacy. Like it's an invasion of privacy. And I've had to, and again, this goes back to the nodes in my first and seventh house, the South Node in Virgo, which if you watch that video that I posted January 2025, just 2 months before everything started to happen for me, if you watch those videos, go back to my old YouTube channel and listen to those videos, I said the South Node in Virgo is where we have to let go of the need to control. The North Node in Pisces is about trusting the universe, having trust in that things are going to happen. And if you don't let go of the need to control, the universe is going to do it for you. So everything was literally out of my control. I didn't have any control over really a lot of what was going on other than how I felt as a person. You know what I mean? Other than my thoughts and how I was feeling. And so, you know what? I may not be able to control you continuously hacking into my accounts, but what I can control is letting it go and not giving a shit. That's what I can do. And so if you want to be a weirdo and you want to keep doing this because you've got nothing better to do and you're a creep and you want to know what I'm doing, have at it. I got nothing. Have at it. I don't care. I'm moving on. And that's really where I had to go. I had to go to that place and let go. And it's so crazy because that's literally what I said January in that video, January 2025. And as I was going through this, I was like, wow, like I knew this was coming. I just didn't know how crazy it was going to be. So yeah, that was my year of 2025. So make sure you guys, I'm just checking my notes because I also wanted to mention too that around that time, like the end of 2024 and beginning of 2025 too, is when we had that dynamic Mars-Pluto opposition. Pluto rules control, obsessions. Mars, like that was a very violent, obsessive energy. And that's how it showed up for me in my life with that opposition. So again, if you go back to my old YouTube channel and watch that content, I talk about that, the Mars-Pluto opposition. Now we're coming up to a Mars-Pluto conjunction, which is January 27th. So that is going to begin a brand new story. And I finally finished the last 2-year story of the Mars-Pluto conjunction because it takes Mars about 2 years to transit the zodiac, and Pluto moves so slow that like Pluto doesn't really move far within 2 years. So the last Mars-Pluto conjunction actually was in, I believe, Aquarius at 0 degrees 2 years ago. And so this year it's going to be at Aquarius 3 degrees. So there you go, 2 degrees literally in 2 years. And so this is really beginning a brand new story. And speaking of that too, like when planets have conjunctions for us, the house that is that it's taking place in can show you the area of life, themes, topics that will be associated with how the energy is showing up. But a conjunction is like a new moon of those planetary energies. So Mars and Pluto, which Mars, yes, is about our goals, our ambitions, motivation, willpower, drive, but Pluto can rule obsessions, compulsions, death. It's death, rebirth. Pluto rules what's the word? Manipulation, toxic energies. Like that is Pluto. Pluto is very transformational energy, and Pluto brings what is hidden beneath the surface, gets right down to the nitty gritty to transform. Like basically pulls everything up by the roots, doesn't leave anything behind. If you're starting fresh, you're starting fresh. You're not leaving anything behind. Like we're getting rid of everything. We're clearing everything, rebuilding and recreating from the ground. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to hear from all of you how 2025 was. I know that um in numerology, we were in a year, not a personal year, but like in a collective year 9. So a lot of us were going through deep endings. Um like we're almost your entire world or just parts of your world were crashing down before your eyes, completely out of your control. And this is because we have so many outer planets switching signs. We are at a time, 2026, we're starting a brand new year 1, perfect time to rebrand, recreate, and start something new. But also we, in order to it's like the Tower card in tarot. In order to recreate, sometimes things have to come crashing down. Not all the time, but sometimes, depending on what it is. And when we're talking about deep-seated emotional and spiritual karma, like this was affecting me personally in a way, because remember, it's my first and seventh house of how I connect to other people, where maybe I put other people's needs before myself, where I maybe don't trust myself, don't trust my intuition. I mean, I will never do things again. It's sad to say, but like, I don't know if I'll ever give anybody the benefit of the doubt anymore. I have been burned too many times. And the truth is, like, I am in a much better place now because spring and summer of 2025, I knew I was going to get there, but I didn't know how long it was going to take, where I could finally be grateful for the situation. And because it wasn't my first rodeo, even though this one was a lot more traumatic and a lot more happened, it wasn't my first rodeo. And so I knew eventually I would get to a place where I was grateful for the experience because of the wisdom and all of the emotional, spiritual, and intuitive gains you have, and just like how you grow as a person. Eventually, these things happen for a reason. We all have life lessons. We all have our own karmic ties and karmic experiences and stories. And some are harder than others. If we don't stop moving in the same karmic cycle, that's what can happen, right? But also, like, this really just showed me, like, never doubt your intuition. Never doubt your intuition. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care how crazy it looks, how crazy it sounds. Never doubt your intuition. You would be completely mind blown at what people will do. Mind blown. Things you see on Dateline and movies and stuff. Like, it's not just on TV. That shit happens all the time in everyday life. Like, to some people that are just like, just and also, too, those around you, like if somebody comes to you, I mean, if they're not on drugs and they have no mental illness, like no history of delusion or mental illness or whatever, and they come to you and they're saying, like, listen, this is going on. I don't care how crazy it sounds. Listen, because you never know. Like, you never know what that person, and again, use your own judgment. Is this person on drugs? Does this person have a past history of delusion or mental health issues? If not, then I guarantee you that person is really going through those things. And I'm so passionate about this because I know what it's like. I was there. And so yeah, but again, I will be talking about that type of stuff on my new podcast, which I am so excited about. I think it'll be yeah, I don't know. I will talk more about it, and then eventually I'll have it on YouTube and Spotify and all of that. But I again just want to make a space so that people that have gone through what I've gone through have a place to learn, to gain wisdom, and to connect so that they know they're not alone. I believe that we go through these horrible experiences and life lessons in our life to help others. That's what I truly believe is the purpose of all of it. Like, I don't think we go through shit for nothing. We all go through these horrific experiences. And if it's to change you and make you stronger, but also help others, be a guiding light for other people that are going through similar experiences. I'm definitely not the same person I was coming into 2025 as I was leaving 2025. I will say that. Like what I've been through, I do have PTSD that I work through every day. Severe trauma, severe psychological trauma. So the way you think, the way you feel safe, your and flight responses, like those are the things that have been affected for me that I work through on a daily basis. Um, and the sick thing is that these people and him are so sadistic that that's what they wanted. That's what they enjoy. The things that they did, they got off on. Like, just to give you a little bit of a example, like him and other people were talking to me through my security system. That was one thing that started to kind of show me. And so then they were talking to me through my phone when I was on calls. And you tell people like nobody believes you because they think, I don't know. I don't know why people wouldn't believe you. I had to record everything. I recorded everything. And because like I had mentioned, this wasn't the first time I had been through this, but it wasn't this to this extent. Like the last time I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a business. I didn't have a security system. There were certain things that I did not have the 2.5 years prior. Like, again, we were together on and off for 10 years. I just think for the first 5, I was completely oblivious. And then certain things started to happen. I started to ask questions. And then after that, it was like so on and off because he's a narcissistic psychopath. And I'm not just saying that. And I don't say that lightly because I think narcissist is used too much, but this person really is. And, yeah, like I believe he came back purposely to take me down, take my business down. He knew what I loved. He knew I loved my astrology business. Between my business and my children, those were the passions, those were the loves of my life. He knew that. And so he tried his best to just, tear it all down. Um, yeah, there's some evil people that, I mean, if you put as much of energy into building your own stuff, like building yourself up, like put that energy towards something for you instead of towards something that's hurting other people, you know? But yeah, we'll get into the details of all the things that have happened. I have so much to tell. I have 10 years of stuff to talk about that I've gone through that, so I want to talk about it all on my podcast. And I believe that he still watches. I don't know 100% if he is not in my new phone because I know in the spring that they got in my new phone. So I've, of course, done resets and stuff like that, but I don't know 100%. I've done certain things. Again, this is like public, so I don't want to, say too much, but I have taken measures. But again, like, I know he's probably going to listen to this. I know he probably watches my social media like a hawk under one of his aliases. I literally have a picture of all of the social media accounts this person has and goes by. Like, it's insane. It's crazy. But again, let it go. You're the weirdo that wants to watch me. Like, you're the weirdo that doesn't want to let it go. Just let it go. And the crazy thing is that if I remember, we have a kid. So I still see this person, but I have to pretend like nothing's going on because if I do, instantly I'm crazy. His mother's calling me crazy. And I don't want that to be around my child. Like, he's only 9 years old. He's going to be 10 in May. He already knows some things, but I, he knows I know. He knows I know. And if he wants to pretend that whatever, I can do it for now. He's going to know I'm posting about it, though. I'm not keeping quiet about anything anymore. I don't owe you anything. So, um, yeah, anyways, I am really looking forward to my online business. If I stop posting again, it'll be maybe because something happened, but hopefully that's not the case. I hope he just moves on. I wish him all the best. Just go live your life. Just leave me alone. Let me live mine. And hopefully if he does that and if his Goonies do that, then we'll be good to go. I will have nothing to worry about. And with time, I will heal. My PTSD will get better and I will continue to grow. Because no matter what, I always get back up. You may kick me down. And sometimes I may stay down for a while, but I always get back up. And I want to help others get back up too if they feel like they can't. Because you can always get back up and you will be stronger and more supportive, have more wisdom, more strength, more knowledge, thicker skin, more awareness. Your intuition is going to be much better because you're going to know. Never doubt your intuition. Never doubt your senses. If something feels off, it's off. And that's some people be like, "Oh, are you sure it's not paranoia?" No, no. You know the difference. You know the difference. You know. Anyways, this is a bit longer than thought it was going to be, 30-minute video, but it is my first video, brand new YouTube channel. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that you subscribe if you align with my energy and you want to see future content. Also, go check out my old YouTube channel if you want to see any of my old content. Like I said, there's over 300 videos over there. But as for this channel, it will continue to grow. I will be posting regularly. So subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified when you know when I've posted. And thank you so much for joining me. And I also am so looking forward to connecting with all of you again. Like, so looking forward to connecting with all of you again and putting out my brand new podcast. So thank you so much. And I will connect with you all in the next one.